internet just to prove a point that this and don't get into that. We leaving that to don't come and inform me about who informing. That's your final warning. 56, you sting like a bumblebee. He starts.
Hey besties, and if you're new, my name is Kyle. I do Second Life tutorials, gameplay, and I do also do gaming content. If you like what you see or what you've heard so far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get into today's video. Have you ever applied to a job in Second Life and only hear absolutely nothing back? No interview, no message, no response? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're talking about why is it so difficult to find a job in Second Life in 2026. The biggest mistake job seekers make, what employers are really looking for, and how you can improve your chances of getting hired. So yes, lately in Second Life, it has been difficult to find a job. I don't know, maybe it's just me, my luck, but I have had some bad experiences, especially becoming a returning person coming back to SL and still trying to look for a job. It was not as easy as it once was when it was, a year ago, where it was super easy. Everybody was, I'm sorry, when when COVID happened, it was easier to find things. It was easier to find a job. Now it is way difficult to find jobs, and way difficult to just, get a bond. I don't know. It's definitely become way difficult. So first, the reality of job hunting. Finding a job in Second Life isn't as easy as it used to be. Thousands of residents are applying for the same positions every day, whether it's a club host, customer service representative, nail model, or sales associate. Competition is high. So yes, competition is definitely high. I would say it's more solely high in areas like clubs, I would say, because everyone wants to, you know, every club wants, full staff on deck, you know. And maybe that's the reality of it. People want full staff. Now, I haven't seen models, I said it in my last video, I haven't quite seen models, and I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they probably do. I just haven't seen them. I haven't seen like a model agency and then like that. Everything else is like based on family role play, like for catering needs and preteen. Some of those parents have preteens. They are looking for role play, like babysit jobs, watching the kids. Let's just say you go from like that now. My role play is when the kids are asleep, I'm in contact. When they're awake, try to walk up every little moment with them. And so that's my role play. I haven't necessarily hired a team yet, as of yet, but their job market is shitty on Insta right now, and that is none of the God honest truth. It's really difficult. Sometimes a business receives dozens or even hundreds of applications just for just one for one opening. Yes, so a lot of people want to be like club hosts, waitresses, like stay at a certain restaurant. Right? It's people receive so many applications, and that where they start hiring assistants to help manage these assistants. Manage the applications. Why you keep getting ignored? There are several reasons why applications don't get a response. Sometimes the position has already been filled. Sometimes employers are overwhelmed with applications. Other times the application may not stand enough. Unfortunately, not every business responds to every applicant. That is true. Like I said, my first point was it has gotten bad where people shouldn't apply to the same position, and you want to try to please everybody. And sometimes, which I've still kind of like, not that way, but you can't please everyone. You can't, try to hire everybody. Sometimes when the employers are very rude, that they don't respond back to future applicants, especially if they're new. It is sometimes hard if you're new to SL that you are like not going to get that position because you don't have any experience. Sometimes the owners can be very overwhelmed because if they have not marked it off that position is filled, a lot of people will still apply. And you cannot please everyone. You can't, and it's like a situation to say the least. But you cannot definitely please everyone. Experience is a big factor. One of the biggest frustrations is seeing job postings asking for previous experience. But here's the question: How are you supposed to get the experience if nobody's willing to give you a chance? That was me when I first started. I wanted to be a stripper, and I remember my app after I still got it. Nope, I deleted it. It was legacy, and I was a real country. I was. It wasn't even how I am today, and it was hard. I had to. It was definitely hard. And finally, when I got Cooper, doors started opening. Cooper was the leader spotted. And in me, I changed my looks often, so each night was something different. And so, what I want to say is like, what I want to say is, if you don't get if you don't, to answer the question, how are you supposed to explain to them once hired? No one, sadly, employers don't want to hire new residents, and it sucks to say it because everyone deserves a chance, but they want you to gain experience. So you have to pick up odd jobs, such as waitressing and doing all that type of stuff. You have to be able to pick up odd jobs. Um, that's 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 one of the biggest challenges new residents face. That's definitely true. It's definitely true. If you're new, it's going to be way harder to get hired. Common mistake applicants make. If you're struggling to get hired, ask yourself the following questions. Is your profile complete? Do you have a professional profile picture? Are you dressed appropriately for the job? Did you actually read the job requirements? Um, are you joining the correct employment groups? Small details can make a huge difference. Yep. So, um, in my personal experience, I know when you go to certain jobs, you do have to dress, formal. Like you have to actually go to those. I know for like stripping it, escorting it, and you want to work at a club, you can have your ass out. You gotta just make sure you have the good role play skills. You gotta make sure you definitely talk on mic if that's something you're into. The more corporate jobs, such as hospitals and stuff like that, you definitely want to be a teacher. I've seen that a lot. You definitely have to be able to wear scrubs. I try not to wear when I was a teacher at one point. I had Cooper, but I also had to tone it down my body size because not my body size, I had to change bodies. Say that because you're working with kids and you don't want to dress too curvy. You don't want to dress too what's the name for? You don't want to dress up too provocative. And so Cooper, especially in different positions, not the greatest. Sometimes, unfortunately, second one doesn't make good teacher clothes. It's more so prone the adults, and if you want, lean towards that um aesthetic. Um, and some people don't even actually read the job requirements. They just see the money and they go up for a time for the interview. They are not interested. Most of the new residents want, they see just the L's right now, and can really necessarily don't look into the job description before they even try to start. But um, don't apply to just one job. Um, a mistake many people make is applying to for one business or in waiting. Instead, apply everywhere that genuinely interests you. Visit shopping regions, join the hiring groups, and attend community meetings. Network with people. Sometimes your next opportunity comes from someone you simply had a conversation with. So yes, I want to say join hiring groups for one. Definitely, if you can get into join hiring groups. Someone is always posting looking for someone. Um, someone's always posting, different events. Some not events, sorry, different different jobs and hiring groups. Um, attend community events. If you live in a community, please attend the community events. You're bound to find a job there if you attend the community events. Um, visit shopping regions. I would say definitely if you want to be a blogger. But this is a big, and I want girls to pay attention. Now, girls, I want you women to pay attention. We don't get paid for the blogging if you want to become a blogger. It's not a role playing job. You get an outfit and you blog it and you keep it pushing. So don't expect any money out of it. So blogging not for you, don't expect any money from it. Um, network with people. Simply network. You never know who you run into. You never know who you'll meet along the way. You never know who you gonna stop and talk to. You never know. So yeah, you never really know who you're gonna talk with you. Networking matters. Second life relationships matter. Being friendly, active, and involved in the community can open doors that job boards never will. Many employer type people they've seen contributing positive to the community. So yeah, if you are in a community, you live in a community, um, and I have my own thoughts of communities. But if you are active and you've always like, let's say you will play cooking food for the church, let's just stay there for instance, because there are churches and stuff. Let's say you will play cook for the church and they'll say, oh, I need, a caterer, right? Unfortunately, you're gonna have to buy them. The church is not gonna buy them when it's work. So, but they will pay for your service, and so that's just my funny take on that. Um, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Sorry, I know rejection can be frustrating. Being positions filled, the experience required, or hearing nothing at all makes you wonder if it's worth continuing. But don't give up. Every application is another opportunity. Every conversation is another connection. The right opportunity may come when you least expect it. Take it from me. I got rejected a few times before. Now when I'm not job listing, but I do want to get back into job finding jobs. I still want to get back into the club life and make a home job, but there's a different section for another day. But yeah, don't get discouraged. Continue, keep looking, keep upgrading your ID. Try to be as in don't try to go into a job just looking at it for the L's. I know this sucks to say, but don't try to go into a job you just trying to look for the L's. My final thoughts. Sorry. Finding a job in second life takes patience, consistency, and persistence. Keep improving your profile, keep meeting people, keep learning new skills. Most importantly, don't let one rejection define your journey. So, like I said, yeah, keep meeting new people, networking, make sure your profile is up to date. Keep learning new skills such as role play. Role play is one of the biggest things happening right now in SF, so you definitely want to continue to try to improve your role play skills. I say it a lot because you have to. It's part of the role play. Second life is a role play game. And don't let one's rejection define your journey and trying to find out that a job where submitting those applications because you never know. You never know who you meet, and yeah, keep networking with people because you never know who you gonna meet. You never know if you gonna meet your future dad or mom that has a different and some needs, so much very quick. Okay. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Second Life tips, discussions, tutorials, and honest conversations about life in the virtual world. Now I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest challenge in finding a job in Second Life? Share your experience in the comments, and I may feature your story in a future video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Boston.
Just to prove a point. Don't get into that. We living it to the performance. Don't inform me about who informing. They don't find the one I got. Think like a bumblebee, he start transforming. Never send a threat on the internet just to prove a point. That distance don't get into that. We leaving it to. Don't inform me about who informing. That's your final warning.